So I remember having like a very fun arrangement with someone who just wanted to buy my underwear. So he'd take me for dinner and then...
Wait.
Wait, buy you new underwear or buy
Expand on
your
No, not
buy
new.
your used underwear?
He would buy me new ones to replace the used ones.
Really?
But yeah, so it was like, obviously that was the agreement. So we'd go for dinner, we're good friends. And then that's what he wanted from me. So that's what he got.
Was
There
there
you go.
intimacy or he just wanted those
Just one of
dirty
those
panties?
Dirty panties from down under.
Welcome to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. Here's your host, Marcus.
Welcome to another episode of Secrets of a Sugar Daddy, the #1 sugar dating podcast down under and the rest of the world, where we pull back the curtains on the good and the bad. And Lily,
The exhausted.
the exhausted, well, yes, but the shocking stories
I don't think it's shocking
of sugar dating.
at all that I'm exhausted.
The reason Lily is exhausted is because we just wrapped up an incredible weekend of podcast celebration, sugar lifestyle celebration, huge party. Matter of fact, the party's still going on, and it's Tuesday when we're actually recording this, and we still have people in town.
Nobody wants to go home.
They don't.
They love us. They
Even
want to
though
stay
it's
with us.
115 fucking degrees in Arizona right now, they're finding it quite enjoyable. Oddly enough.
Yeah.
They thought they would melt their face off, but nobody melted their face off.
Well, maybe some of the people that were shrooming.
Yeah, we have. We're going to get into all that. But first, you're going to want to see exclusive behind-the-scenes photos, videos on our Patreon group.
Yeah.
We're not posting those anywhere else. They're not on Instagram, only on Patreon.
It's starting to get wild in there.
Yeah, we have already started posting some, and I've got probably 100 more things that we can post on there about this party.
As do I. I'm just trying to find the time.
Yeah. So you guys want to definitely join that. We are throwing some free things out there. So Patreon is free to join. Do you like that? Free. So just go to patreon.com/secrets of a sugar daddy podcast. Now, to get the full experience, it's very cheap though. $10 a month is our starting tier. That opens up, unlocks everything that the site has to offer. It's very cheap. And you get to actually now participate in the chat room with all the other sugar daddies and sugar babies, which is really fun. So many new people in there.
Yeah. It's fun and oftentimes spicy.
Yeah, sometimes. And sometimes we're actually making matches because people are finding people in their area.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so that's cool. And you get to hear all the episodes and extra sugars before anybody else, which is fun. And then we have tiers where we have coaching and profile reviews. And we've helped a lot of people with their profiles, and there is some amazing success happening. Thanks to Lily, mainly. Good job, Lily.
You're welcome.
Yeah. The reason that I said down under, we have, we've got a couple guests today, but we have a girl that came in, we talked about her a lot, all the way from Australia. And you never know what you're going to get. And boy, did we get a good one.
She's a gem.
So welcome, Kat. Still hanging over. You just can't leave this party.
No, I just don't want it to end.
Yeah. So anyway, welcome to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. And thanks for coming.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
So how far away is Australia from Arizona?
It's a long way.
It is.
It is like 18 hours travel direct, but I did not come direct.
No, you were in Colombia. You stopped in
Yeah.
Colombia first and then came up here. It's winter down there, right?
Yeah, it's like minuses right now.
Yeah.
It's
So
gross.
snow, frost. So you're like, wow, July having a heat wave is very foreign to you.
Oh, it's so good. I'm loving life here.
Yeah. So you were one of those that were very worried about the temperature because you've probably never been in extreme temperatures like this.
Yeah, we get like hot but humid and you can escape it pretty easily. But yeah, I was thinking here it's going to be dry and like very intense, but I've been fine. I've been loving it. I've been out in your backyard, like living life.
Right? Yeah. Okay. You get into town. We actually did a little extra sugar with you, but you still hadn't had a chance to meet anybody who came to the party. But before I guess we get to the party weekend, tell us a little bit about yourself. You told me something really fascinating. That you're how old right now?
I'm 30.
You're 30. You said you've been on Seeking since you were 19.
Yeah, like a little bit scattered. So I was traveling when I was 19 around Europe and the UK. And I was trying to find money, of course. And so, yeah, it was like, I'm just going to try to find a sugar daddy, and found this site called Seeking Arrangements.
All the way down there in Australia, right?
No, this is in London.
Oh, it was in London?
Yeah, so I was living in London for a few years.
Okay.
And so I went on, and obviously didn't really know how anything worked. And the site itself was so clunky, and it didn't really have photos, no chat function. You would have your email address like linked basically in your profile. And so then you would get emails from all sorts of people, and they would send like a bio with a photo, and then you would choose whether you want to obviously interact with them or not. So yeah, that was my first introduction to this world. Mm-hmm. I didn't really have long-term anything. I definitely was very nervous being 19 and in a foreign country. So I remember having like a very fun arrangement with someone who just wanted to buy my underwear. So he'd take me for dinner and then...
Wait.
Wait, buy you new underwear or buy
Expand on
your
that.
No, not
buy
new.
your used underwear?
He would buy me new ones to replace the used ones.
Okay.
But yeah, so it was like, obviously that was the agreement. So we'd go for dinner, we're good friends. And then that's what he wanted from me. So that's what he got.
Was
There
there
you go.
intimacy, or he just wanted those
Just one of
dirty
those
panties?
Dirty panties from down under.
Well, there are websites.
Literally.
There are websites dedicated
Yeah.
to just that now.
Yeah.
I had
Yeah.
a girl that was rooming in my house. She was in between apartments. I met her on Seeking, and she had a couple kids. I was like, yeah, you can use the master bedroom on the other wing of the house. I say wing like it was really big, but there was one on the other side. And she's telling me the story about men
Yeah.
buying her panties.
It's super common. Like, I mean, I don't yuck anyone's yum, so that's fine. But yeah, from him, I sort of met some people that it was a non-financial arrangement. I was definitely more looking for experiences being so young and traveling. So got to go on beautiful boats up and down the Thames and things like that. So just made friends. And one of them I still keep in touch with, which is really cool. And then just forgot it existed. So come back to Australia and was like in my work life, career, monogamous relationships, all that stuff. And then, yeah, fast forward to now, and only 2 years ago, come across it again, and here I am.
Oh, so you took a break that long?
Yeah, really long break. And, like, didn't even think about it again, basically. Yeah, I had a 6-year relationship, monogamous relationship. And so after that one, I was like a rat out of a cage, ready to just explore again.
So you had just remembered that you were on Seeking, or did
No.
what prompted you to like, oh yeah, I need to get back on there?
So basically from that relationship, one of my main things was I wanted to learn how to be non-monogamous. And so I started exploring
You wanted
sex
to
bonding.
learn how to be non-monogamous?
Yeah. Like properly, like ethically, I guess.
Oh, properly. That's pretty easy to do.
Yeah, it is, but I wanted to do it
Marcus
ethically.
was just born with that talent.
yeah. So yeah, wandered into sort of the sex party world, and through that made some amazing friends. And one of them in particular was telling me about these men she was seeing, and they were amazing. They're treating her really well, taking her to Spain, doing all these things. I was like, where the hell are you finding these people? Because I'm not having that luck on Bumble or Tinder. And so she was like, yeah, this site called Seeking. And I was like, what? Seeking? Like Seeking Arrangements? And she was like,
Right.
no, just Seeking. And so I jumped on, and then, yeah, pretty much from there I was like, well, I'm single. I'm ethically non-monogamous now. I know myself. I've got my head switched on a lot better than when I was 19.
Sure.
Why not?
Okay. Can we ask about your career?
Yeah.
So what do you do?
I worked, I guess, hospitality events world in a big city in Australia. So
Fun. And have you ever been married?
no,
And what is your longest monogamous
it was
relationship?
just under 6 years.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Did you guys talk about getting married?
He definitely wanted to. He wanted the whole, we had a dog, house, everything. And I saw that with him, but I saw the other side of being his mother half the time. So
Yeah.
that just wasn't going to sit with me.
Was he the same age as you, or
He was older. He was 9 years older.
9 years older?
Yeah.
Okay. How did you meet him?
Tinder.
Really?
Yeah.
Good old Tinder.
Got back from my travels and was like, I just want to find a fuck buddy. Well, ended up 6 years in with someone.
Now you're a tall drink of water. Was he taller than you?
He was a short ass.
Really? Because you're
I
like
attract the shorties.
You're 6 feet, right?
Yeah, I'm just under 6 foot.
Just under 6 foot.
5'11".
5'11", with all
Okay.
our 5'11" queens. This party we found.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
we'll get into that.
3 5'11s and 1 4'11.
We had all sizes.
Have we posted that picture on Patreon yet?
I did post it, but I didn't indicate the sizes. I'm going to go back and edit it.
Okay, yeah, you guys want to see a really fun photo. So we had a girl that was 4'11", tiny little thing. We took a picture of her at the party with the girls who were all tall, and they all had high heels and boots on. And she took hers off, so it's very extreme. Like, she barely comes up to their waist.
I know somebody's like, oh, we have a little people at our party.
Yeah, but her energy made up for that. Come on. Like,
Oh,
she is good energy.
She had great
She's got
energy.
a big personality.
Oh, yeah.
She was a sleeper for me. I did not expect that. There's always
Yeah.
people, and we'll get back to your story in a minute, but there's always people that show up that you have a kind of preconceived notion of what their personality is going to be like, and then it's either bigger or more conservative than what you imagine.
Yep.
And she was just an absolute doll.
So those quiet ones,
yeah,
man. You got to
I
look
know.
out for the quiet ones.
Right. Okay, so you got back on Seeking, and then what was your experiences? Did you immediately just start getting messages? And
Yeah,
all this?
my inbox was definitely full. And so I think the first month was just figuring out what I wanted as well. Like trying to just, I guess, go on as many meet and greets as I could to sort of see the vibes of humans. And because I hadn't dated properly for a long time as well, I was just sort of floating around. So yeah, went on a lot of meet and greets, definitely met some interesting humans. And then I think
Interesting humans. Yeah.
from there, I sort of figured out my goals from it. And so I set them really clearly and yeah, achieved it. Have met some incredible people and that's pretty much how I ended up on this trip. So
What's your current status?
currently I have one long term. He is wonderful. We're coming up a year. I have 2 sort of shorter terms that I actually met just about 2 months before leaving. And they're seemingly very consistent and very beautiful. So
All right. And I'm sure your arrangement is different with all of them.
yeah, so
Describe the long-term one.
the long-term
How's
one's
that
been
work?
really cool. It's been ebbs and flows. Like we started off a PPM arrangement and then he was in the city that I lived in for a long time. So we were like, well, why don't we try out allowance? Neither of us have ever done it. And so we did that and we really enjoyed it and it worked really well for us. It was weekly. But as soon as we both went into work and travel mode, it just did not make any sense anymore. So we went back to PPM and now that's how it'll stay pretty much. Like he's traveling, I'm traveling. So as soon as I get back, I guess we'll catch up when we're in the
Okay.
same place.
Is this the one that bought you the sexy cowboy boots? Oh, that was a different one.
This is a different one. He's my newer one. He's really sweet. We actually haven't even had any fun in the bedroom yet.
Intimacy?
Yeah, we haven't. We've just had lots of really great dates and getting to know each other. He's very conversationalist and wants to connect emotionally. So that's sort of how we're taking our time. I think he's regretting it now. I've been away for 5 weeks. I know the messages have been like, can't wait to see you in those cowboy boots.
Oh, let me tell you, we're going to throw a photo on Patreon because these girls went boot shopping yesterday.
Yes, we did.
Lily has got some
They're amazing.
beautiful boots going on, and so does Kat. I mean, those look
I'm
fantastic.
stoked.
Yeah, she went for the very classy ones
Yeah.
that'll go with everything.
Yeah,
And she's
the
really
black
going to
ones.
stand out in Australia because boots are not popular there.
Really?
I was surprised.
They're not.
Surprised
No,
too.
they're not a thing. I feel like if anyone listens to the podcast back home, they're going to be like, you're that girl.
Yeah.
You're that girl with the sexy
Well,
boots.
we're not only are we going to post Kat on the Patreon, but she's not even going to blur her face. She's like, "Here I am."
Yeah.
So you're going to be able to see her.
Well, my
in
mum
all
knows.
her glory.
So I got
Yeah.
nothing to hide, really. I think my work would be fine. I wouldn't want to have that conversation. But at the end of the day, it's up to other people to be offended, not me. So
Well, there you go. All right. Well, we're going to get back with you. We have also another guest in the house, Camille, kind of hungover. Not hungover as like drunk wise, but hungover from the party and decided she just didn't want to leave Arizona yet. So welcome, Camille. How are you?
Thank you. I'm great. Yes, I've rescheduled my flight 3 times now.
Now, you come from Texas.
Yes.
And you come from an area really close to where I grew up. Let me talk a little bit about your past. You're how old?
I'm 33.
Okay. And then were you married?
Never
before?
married.
No. No kids?
No kids?
Okay. But you did have a relationship, right?
No, I have not yet.
No,
So-
but like a regular vanilla type.
No, honestly, I haven't dated in a long time. I have
How
not been.
come?
I have not been impressed by men lately.
Surprise.
I mean, I can understand that.
Does that mean you swing a little bit more the other way?
I'm looking for somebody who is intriguing, honestly. So,
Gender doesn't matter.
not really.
Okay.
I'm telling you guys, Camille is a cat. She's beautiful.
Oh God, she's stunning.
slender and got beautiful hair and
Needs no makeup.
And a tall girl.
And it's
and another tall. How tall are you?
I'm
Gorgeous
5'8".
eyes.
5'8",
Oh,
yeah.
she's yeah.
Okay.
She's a looker.
Now, and I believe you haven't even had an arrangement yet, right?
I have not yet. No,
So you're just now dipping your toe into this world.
I am. I really wanted to get a grab on the knowledge and get confident in who I am in this world and who I want to be and what I want out of it and what I can offer myself.
Yeah. Okay. So you came to this crazy sugar dating party that we held.
Yes.
What were your expectations? What'd you think was going to happen?
I thought it was going to be a wild ride for sure. I thought it was going to be, with as many ladies that were going, I knew it was going to be a little bit all over the place. Mm-hmm. We had a few different houses we were all staying at, so it was a lot going on. But
Right.
I think everything ended up coming together really nicely. The concert was fantastic. The 2 suites we had, everyone just kind of bounced back and forth, and it was really wonderful.
All right. And then was there any special people that you connected with?
Yes, a few. I love Kat over here. She's
Love you
wonderful.
too.
She's actually one of the reasons I extended one more day
Oh, nice.
my flight.
Yes.
And also Amanda. I love her. She's
Amanda from the
great.
Dichotomy Diaries.
Yes.
She was great.
Yes, and I've listened to all of her podcasts as well and didn't even realize who I was speaking to when I met her.
Very funny story. Tell us the story about, were you talking to somebody and then you mentioned you were listening to that podcast?
Yeah, I was speaking with one of the girls and I was like, oh, yeah, there's this other podcast I really love. It's called Dichotomy Diaries. Have you listened to it? And my other friend who's come along on the trip, she says, she's here right now. I said, what? She goes, you were just talking to her in the kitchen. I go, that was her. Oh, my gosh. And after that, we just hit it off and didn't sleep probably for another 36 hours.
Yeah, because you were a big fangirl of hers, and then you end up hanging out with her all weekend.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah. Well, that's really cool that you were able to make that connection. Was she like what you thought she was when you finally met her in person?
I guess the vibe I'm getting from the podcast versus who she is, a bit more serious in the podcast just because of the topic.
Yeah.
In real life, we could not stop laughing.
Yeah. Well, just to let you guys know, that episode with Amanda and the Dichotomy Diaries was our most downloaded episode ever for the first 7 and 30 days. Only one episode has beat her on the 90 day, and it was Sugar Daddy Dwayne.
Good old Dwayne.
Oh, good old Dwayne. He had just clipped her on the 90-day download, but she sits solidly in second for overall most popular podcast episode that we've ever done. So we loved having her at the party, and shout out to so many people that helped us, but she helped us get ready for the pre-party, and they made these just amazing charcuterie board. We have pictures of them on Patreon.
Yeah, I gave her and Blue Eyed Princess a huge shout out on Patreon because I couldn't have pulled it off without them. They both flew in early, stayed with me at the truck stop, helped me do all the shopping, helped me do all the food prep, helped me haul everything. They were wonderful.
Yeah.
And then you girls did the aftermath.
I like the cleanup.
So
Yes. Organizing,
thank God for the
cleanings.
girls who came early and the girls who stayed late because they were indispensable to me, especially since I'm still recuperating.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to swing it back to Kat. Now that we've kind of got a little history of your sugar dating scene, how did you find our podcast, first of all?
My personality type is one of those when I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it as well as I can do it.
Okay.
And will explore as much as I can to learn and understand. So I was hunting for like information, podcasts. Like I have a couple of girlfriends that are SBs as well, but I wanted to figure it out for myself. And I found your podcast. I was just researching.
And you started listening and you heard about our party.
Yeah, well, I started listening like a year ago. So I'd followed all the way through and then heard about the party last year.
Yeah.
And the aftermath of that. And I was like, that sounds like a great time. And so sort of went through my year, was planning my trip to Colombia and then happened to put the podcast back on. And I saw the dates and I was like, and then I sent you a cheeky little message on Instagram. I was like, would you even consider me coming? And I got a yes. So yeah.
Yeah. Not only did we consider you coming, we helped you with your airfare.
Oh, we've helped with everything this
Absolutely.
week. I've been spoiled. I've been absolutely spoiled this week.
Yeah. Okay. So you get to the U.S. You've been to the U.S. before, though,
Yeah,
right?
once before, many years ago, LA and San Fran. So
Okay.
I was super excited to see the difference in Arizona.
So you get here a little bit early so you can be, acclimated to the weather and, and try to get your time zones and your sleep caught up. What did you think of the mixer? That was our first introduction to everybody coming together.
Yeah, it was
What were
really
your
cool.
thoughts?
It was really nice to have our own space, and I'm sure everyone will agree. Like, we could talk so freely. I think if it had been in a public place, we would have struggled to get closer. But everyone, like, the conversation started like, hey, how are you? Where are you from? What do you do? To, oh, you like that in the bedroom? Oh, fuck, I don't like that. Like, it was so good to just be so open.
Right. Yeah. Camille, what was your impression of the mixer?
Mixer was a lot for me. Just
there was a lot of people there.
Yes, and I was slightly late, so walking in, everyone was a bit seasoned into the evening.
Seasoned.
And so and you're in these little conversations for about 10, 15 minutes, and then you take 2 steps, and then you're in a brand new one, opening up to a wild, different new conversation.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of bopping between all these different unique, wonderful people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll agree to that. Definitely, it takes a lot. You could see the different types of humans that needed to like retreat for a second and come back in. And I think the space was good. You could sit on the couch, you could wander away. At least you could escape for a couple of minutes.
Yeah,
exactly.
Now, whether you were a social person or you felt a little bit more introverted, it was fine. We had plenty of places for people to sit and kind of just chill, or a little patio they could go out and talk on. I mean, we had a few people who made a match instantly, a sugar daddy and a sugar baby. They made a match instantly, and then we never saw them the rest of the night.
I mean, good on them.
Yeah, good for them.
Love at first sight, or maybe it was lust at first sight.
Yeah, so that was fun. And then we got to meet the sugar daddies and and you girls looked unbelievably fabulous. It was kind of a dressy, kind of cocktail dress type of a night. And we're going to throw plenty of photos on our Patreon group, so you guys are going to want to see those. It was so good.
The great thing was all the girls had been chatting for weeks before the party. So
that was a good and bad thing.
Oh, well, yes. But one of the good parts was there was a whole
lot more
shoe.
good.
Yeah, there was a whole shoe and clothing exchange.
That was really cool.
And we posted outfits. So we kind of collaborated with each other on what we were going to wear. And
yeah, the generosity of these women, like to turn up. They all come from different parts, and they all brought bags of all these beautiful clothes for anyone that didn't know what to wear, but also just to like give away rather than let them sit in cupboards. Like, what a shame, beautiful dresses.
Right.
So it was incredible.
Okay, so then we wrapped up the mixer. It ran till 2:30 or 3 in the morning. Oh man, it got pretty late. We all got home. We didn't have anything scheduled for the next morning, so people could kind of sleep in, except there was some hair and makeup going on, some photo shoots for those who wanted it at the Airbnbs. Camille, were you in the McDonald house?
I was in the McDonald's
What
house.
did you think of that spread?
It was like 2 people built the 2 different sides, and they had no communication with each other whatsoever.
It was a labyrinth.
It was. The first time we went over, it walked down from I called it the Ritz-Carlton side of the house. You walk down the corridor to the Best Western side. And you walk through a bedroom, which goes into another hallway, which goes into the kitchen. It's rooms inside of rooms. It's wild.
It was 11 bedrooms total. And definitely the houses were connected through a wing or a walkway. And it was definitely 2 different styles. I mean, it was a huge lot, an old ranch style home. And then they added on this magnificent wing. It was actually a whole other home. But the views, how are the views? I mean, it's at the base of Camelback Mountain, which is like one of the most famous mountains in all of Arizona. The
views were gorgeous. The pool was gorgeous. And Trucker absolutely almost lost it when he saw the garage. The garage was massive.
Yeah.
Probably like a 6-car garage.
Yeah,
we could have held the party there, honestly.
Except it was hot down there.
It was.
Well, here's the problem. We ran into a big problem because I wanted to hold everything centrally located in this house because it was absolutely amazing. But the town of Paradise Valley is very pretentious, and you could only have 5 cars in the driveway, and a decibel level not to exceed 56 decibels. So I don't even know what that is. So I looked it up. It's the decibels of a normal conversation.
Yeah,
or
it's
they were going to
insane.
fine you $2,500.
So we downloaded a decibel meter on my phone.
Yeah.
And we were outside trying to stay, because at night it's 45 decibels.
Right.
And we were talking, the shaking of the ice in my cup was 61 decibels.
Isn't that crazy?
The crickets outside, we stayed quiet. It was 41 decibels. So I'm like, do we factor
No
this?
vibe. Had no vibe, that house.
No.
So the company managing that Airbnb is like, oh my God, we'd love to have you for your future events. I'm like, I can't. Your decibel limit here, we just can't even have like a little get together here.
What do you
without it.
think the decibel level was in Bad Brad's suite?
Oh, God.
Because I was the girl who shuttled people back and forth. So I was walking miles in uncomfortable heels to the door. I'd grab a gang of hotties, haul them back to the suite. And every time I opened that door, I was like, whoa, I need earplugs.
But the great thing is, when you escorted me up there, we walked right past the room because we couldn't even hear it.
Must have
And then
good
we had to go back.
soundproofing,
That's
surely, in
true.
those rooms.
So the W Hotel had very good soundproofing. Thank God.
True.
Oh, what
Yeah.
about in your backyard the Saturday night?
Oh, well, we're going to get to that. Don't jump ahead. So, Kat, did you do anything Saturday morning?
Oh, yeah, I went and got my hair done.
You got your hair done?
Hung out at the McDonald house. And then I had my first ever photo shoot with our photographer. I've never done photos before.
Our photographer was one of our sugar daddies, Jay. And again, we're going to post a lot of this on Patreon. Amazing
He's so
photos.
talented. So talented.
Yeah.
Well, he's worked in high fashion for years. And
Okay.
so his photos are stunning. The girls themselves are stunning, but he makes them flawless.
And we offered that to the girls at no charge. Like that was just a perk of coming to the
He
party.
just gave so much of his time. Like he just floated around, waited for the girls to get ready. Everyone was ready at different times. So his patience was incredible and the outcome was amazing.
Camille, did you partake in the photo sessions at all?
I did not get to,
No,
unfortunately.
okay.
But I'm sure we'll link up sometime.
Yeah.
There'll be other opportunities.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So we put together a pre-concert party at my house. And my house was...
Which is what I did all day Saturday.
yeah, pretty much me too. And my area was a little bit smaller than the suite that Bad Brad had at the W. So I was a little concerned on how we were going to get 45, 50 people in there. But it worked out really well. What did you guys think of the spread there?
Oh my gosh. I couldn't believe when I walked in. It was just beautiful. Everything looked really cool.
Yeah. I was as shocked as you were. Because Lily and Blue Eyed Princess and Amanda from the Dichotomy Diaries, unbelievable job. I could not believe how creative that they got with my credit card.
And that we pulled that off in 2
In the
days.
time frame.
Yeah.
Although I had done a lot of the background prep work, but actually building and shopping of the food, we got all that done in 2 days. And then Indian Princess was
yes.
staying at your house, and she even kind of helped us with the food setup too.
Yeah.
So thank you, Indian
Even the
Princess.
details, the detailing that you ladies put in, like stickers on shot glasses, the like
Yeah.
lollies that say sugar daddy, sugar baby. I was like, oh, this is
Yeah,
incredible.
we actually had the candies,
So good.
sugar babies and sugar daddies.
Yeah. Camille, what was your thoughts when you walked into the pre-party?
Well, I actually didn't make it to the pre.
Oh, you didn't?
Yeah, since Amanda and Blue Eyed Princess came back to the house around 4:30, I ended up staying with them, and so we grabbed an Uber and met y'all at the.
that's
Remember,
right.
we had to get the tickets to get into the
That's
concert.
right. So
That
you
was a
guys missed the
fiasco.
you guys missed the party bus there.
We did,
Okay,
but we
well.
heard all about it.
Now, were you on the party bus home?
No,
You weren't either.
No.
Okay.
Blue Eyed Princess was, but Camille and Amanda didn't come back on the party bus. And I felt bad because I had the foresight to shower, do my hair and makeup before I went over to set up, but the other girls just met me there.
Yeah.
And they still needed to shower and do hair and makeup. So there was just no way.
They definitely
Yeah.
sacrificed.
I made part of the pre-party,
sweets.
but not all of it. But I was on that bus, and so was Trucker.
Okay. All right. Well, don't jump ahead
We're bursting here.
because we are going to reveal some shocking shocking revelations that happened throughout the night. But let's talk to Kat. Okay, the party bus rolls up to my house.
So fun.
What did you think when you went and saw this Greyhound-sized limo?
I was like, some mischief is going to be had.
Yeah, with LED lights and stripper poles.
Stripper poles. There was two. We had two. Didn't need to wait your turn. You could just jump on.
Right. So we all loaded up on the party bus. It was a little conservative. Everybody's kind of starting to feel their groove as we pulled out. And then, people became less inhibited and put on quite a show. So it was a really nice, comfortable ride. We were able to take our drinks onto the party bus. Somebody brought a bottle of tequila for after the party. But anyway, it took us down.
Oh, yeah, people thought ahead.
Yeah.
We knew about the ride home.
So it took us down to Footprint Center, which is the arena where the Phoenix Suns play, and they hold a lot of concerts down there. Then we finally get to our suites. I took a wrong turn or two. Let's just say I got a little lost. But we finally made it to our suites. What were your thoughts of that?
Oh, incredible. I've never experienced a concert like that before. We've got boxes at home, like you can do in fancy box suites. But they're nothing like that. Like you do not get the food and the spread and things like that. So that's one hell of a way to see a band. That's for sure.
I know you get spoiled and then you don't want to do
You guys have ruined me.
regular concert seating ever again.
It's like once you fly first class, getting stuck back in coach sucks.
Yeah.
All right, Camille, I remember escorting you guys up because you made it there a little bit late. What were your thoughts once you got to the arena?
I loved it. Had not been in a suite either for a concert, and it was so much fun, especially being able to bounce between the two. They kind of had different vibes each, but I felt like every time I switched one, everyone else went to that one as well. So we would kind of follow each other back and forth.
I kept going back and forth, and I'm like, wait, I just saw you over there.
There was definitely like a couples suite too. Like I remember walking into one of the smaller ones and watching like all the little couples getting together and having little cute moments. I was like, oh.
And one of them was very large, had couch seating, and I purposely put a little bit different food and drinks in each one so we'd kind of bounce around and mingle. But I thought it worked out really well. What'd you think of the concert?
It was so much fun. I had not seen Hootie and the Blowfish live, obviously. Had they just recently gotten back together?
It's been a while. It's been a long time since they toured.
Yeah, it was so great.
Yeah, and then
so
Collective Soul, they were celebrating their 30-year anniversary from their album that was a huge hit back in the 90s.
He was wearing a fantastic suit.
It was, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Lily, what'd you think?
I thought it was really well done. Nobody loved that concert more than Trucker. He swears up one side, down the other. That's the best concert he's ever been to. And you will see photos. Like, I don't think he even knew anyone else was there. He stood by the rail and rocked his socks off the entire night.
That concert was just for him.
I think so too.
It was incredible.
That was one of the funniest and most inebriated moments I've ever seen Trucker, and I've hung out with him now for over a year. We have some very glassy-eyed photos of Trucker and videos.
Here's me trying to send a picture to his stepdaughter of the two of us, and his eyes are closed in almost every picture. I finally found one. I'm like, well, I kind of look not great, but at least Trucker's eyes are open. So I sent that one.
So, Kat, coming from Australia, did you know the songs? Were you able to enjoy them?
So I didn't do any research. As soon as they started playing, even Collective Soul before, I knew so many songs. So I definitely think I remember Dad playing a lot of those songs growing up. So yeah, I had a great time.
What was
really
your
cool.
favorite song?
I don't think I can tell you the name. I'm sorry.
I think mine is Dirty Deeds, done dirt cheap.
So they did the AC/DC cover, Dirty Deeds, Done Dirt Cheap.
I love that song.
Well, I loved Shine. I love December. I mean, Collective Soul has some great songs. And then Hootie. I actually loved the cover when they did the REM Losing My Religion song.
Yeah.
Oh, that just melted my heart.
That was
I love that
good.
so much. And of course, they got all their classics, Hold My Hand and Let Her Cry, and so many good bangers.
It was so good. We definitely jumped around a lot. I know that a few of us were up to mischief, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah.
And chat. A lot of talking.
Okay. Were you guys there to witness Victoria's splits that she almost touched the
Incredible.
ceiling with her
Yes.
legs?
I've already posted that photo on the Patreon.
I'm telling you, that is a highlight of the weekend. She's 5'11". She had on boots or heels, and she can do the splits, and her leg hits the ceiling.
It's amazing. It's amazing. That girl is skilled.
It's now official party tradition.
Yeah, that's a little party trick that she introduced on our last party. And when she asked if she could come back for this one, we said, no, you must come back. You are required to come back. Because did you get a chance to really have any interaction with Victoria?
Yes, I did. She is really awesome. She's fun. She's sweet. She's very genuine. So, yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Kat, what were your thoughts?
Oh, yeah, we were thick as thieves. I'm bringing that girl down under. I've already told her. I'm working on an SD, bringing her out.
Yeah. Did she take you by surprise, or you were expecting that from her?
No, like listening to the podcast after your last party, I was very excited to meet her. So, yeah, it kind of matched the energy that I was hoping to see. Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun. Then the concert ended, and we all got back on the party bus, which was, we have to tell this story. It was absolutely, I wouldn't say chaos, but it was just everybody dancing, having fun.
Everybody.
So we get on the party bus. We're all loaded up. And Lily, in her inebriated state, says, I can't find my purse. I left my purse.
I was so upset.
She was
because,
crying.
Yeah, I was. The only thing I could think of was, gosh dang it, I had the bartender, I don't know if I'm allowed to say her name, I had her driver's license and my driver's license in there. Everything else was kind of dispensable, but I felt so bad. Our IDs were in there, and I'm looking everywhere, and I'm like, I swore I picked it up.
Alejandra's like, look, I know exactly what it looks like. We're going to go back to the arena. We're going to go find your purse. So we go back to the arena. Everybody's already gone from the arena. Security barely lets us in. They're like, what do you guys do? Oh, we lost this purse in a suite. What suites? We tell them what suites. So we're like, okay, we're going to have security sweep the suites and go through there, or the cleaners. And they call back down, like, yeah, we didn't find anything. So they're like, okay, they didn't find anything, but here's a lost and found number. Just call us in the morning, and we have stuff all the time.
Okay, meanwhile on the bus, everybody is like,
lit.
Why are we not leaving?
Yeah, so the bus is
Why
stationary.
are we staying here? Lily lost her purse.
So we
And
get
Blue-Eyed Princess is like, no. I have your purse right here.
Well, Alejandra gets on. We tell Lily we didn't find your purse. She's still in tears. Alejandra looks to the right of her, grabs her purse and hands it to her and says, here you go, Lily.
But the story of how Blue-Eyed Princess ended up with my purse is even better.
Do tell.
Apparently, my sweet man was graciously carrying my purse for me. And then we hit the escalator. And he decides, ooh, I'm going to put my hands on each side of the escalator, and I'm going to go down 3 steps at a time, swinging like a monkey. So he's like, here, Blue-Eyed Princess, hold Lily's purse. I'm going to do this. So that's how she even ended up with my purse. I can't believe the man didn't break his neck. Seriously.
So anyway, we finally get back to the party bus. Lily's got her purse. All is good in the universe. We take off. We get home, and we're telling people this story, and they're like, oh, I was wondering why we sat there for 15, 20 minutes, but everybody was dancing, as they didn't even really care that much.
Like, we were like, why are we moving? But music was on, the drinks were there. We were fine.
Yeah.
Only Lily was distraught.
All right. The party didn't stop there.
No.
So the party bus goes back to my house, drops us off. It's 105 degrees still, even though the sun's down. And with a pool, what do you think the girls started doing?
Okay, wait. We have to back the fuck up. Because on the ride home from Footprint,
we missed some really good details on that bus.
There was a lot of pole dancing. And it wasn't just the women. Mm-mm. That was more sugar daddy pole dancing than I've ever seen.
We've got some great videos of and Trucker.
Trucker climbed the frickin'
He climbed. He can
stripper
climb.
pole. He climbed it like a fireman and slid down and spun.
And this is the guy that had a stroke 6 weeks earlier. I mean,
and then everybody starts chanting, Marcus, Marcus.
Oh, yeah.
So then Marcus got on the
I did a
pole.
little bit, but not like Trucker.
Oh,
highlight.
I think Trucker's going to want to install a stripper pole at our house.
Oh, yeah.
Just to perform for me.
So the party bus was worth every penny to have that. to and from the party.
100%.
Yeah.
Best memories.
All right, so let's get back. We drop everybody off at our house. Everybody's in a great mood. There's food left over. Everybody's got munchies. And all of a sudden, 2 or 3 girls decided they wanted to skinny dip in the pool.
Yeah, I think I was the instigator of this by
Were
accident.
you?
Yeah.
I was wondering.
So I wandered out. I was vaping away, having a little moment to myself. No one was outside yet. And one of the girls, I don't know her podcast name, but one of the girls comes out and she's like, so nice out here. I'm like, yeah, definitely want to take my clothes off at some point and get in that pool. She's like, okay. I'm like, do it now. And she's like, okay. And then she just starts doing it. And then another girl comes out and she's like, oh, cool. And then that literally just kept happening. Like the more people come out.
Somebody comes inside, grabs me, because I have a waterfall in my pool, but it's set to turn off like at 11:30 at night. Well, this is after midnight. So somebody says, hey, can you turn the waterfall back in? And by the way, you got 4 naked girls in your pool. So Marcus shimmies out the door pretty quickly. I'm like,
So happy to attend to that waterfall.
what's going on out here? And I turn the waterfall back on. And so we're sitting there and a few people start coming out and we're just having drinks poolside. And then all of a sudden, and I have a whole stack of towels for when the girls get out that they can wrap themselves up and dry off. All of a sudden, one of the girls gets out and I say, hey, towels are right there. And she walks right past the towels, goes inside butt-ass naked to make herself a drink.
I mean, if I had her butt, I would be walking around like that too. She looked incredible.
And everybody inside's going, oh, so we're doing this now.
What kind of party is this?
Yeah. It was all in good fun. It was not Swingerpalooza. It was Sugarpalooza.
Okay, fortunately, I wasn't still there at that point because my man heard about skinny dipping, starts unbuttoning his shirt. I'm like, oh, no, you don't. Our Uber's here. You're taking your tired girl home. Or he would have been right in there.
He was so ready.
Trucker had
He
the
was
time of his
unbuttoning as you were buttoning up. It was amazing to watch.
He's an absolute exhibitionist.
I love that.
So funny.
Such a nudist, I swear.
It was a gorgeous vibe though. Like, as you said, it wasn't like sex party vibes. Like
Right.
it was very, I was saying to some of the girls, it was like a David Attenborough documentary. Like, look at the sugar babies in the wild doing their thing. And
Yeah.
Jay was in the middle in his element. It was very beautiful.
So what happened was as more girls came outside from inside at my house, they came outside to see what was going on. And they're like, oh. And then just one by one, they started losing their inhibitions and they started taking off their clothes, getting in the pool. I saw girls who seemed so conservative at the party just jump right in.
Mm-hmm.
And then the whole group formed this little circle. And then they just kind of were going in around and around and around, just like jumping. Because my pool's not very deep. And so they're just kind of just tapping the bottom. And I have security cameras. And they're just kind of grainy. They don't show faces or anything. But I was looking at them the next day to see how this all happened.
Of course you were.
And you just see this group of girls just going circle, circle, circle
It
in my
was so
pool.
fun.
Yeah.
It felt so natural. The water just wanted us to be in circles, and like one girl would leave, one would come in,
Yeah.
one would leave. It was
And you guys were just having little conversations.
We were
and-
talking about non-monogamy. We were talking about polyamory. Like the conversations were super deep for how wasted we were.
Yeah. So Camille, you missed that.
I did.
Did you hear about it?
I did. I've been hearing from different people, and it's getting brand new little bits of information. It's
Do you have
hilarious.
FOMO? Because I know I don't.
I didn't. 'Cause it was a little overwhelming, sometimes. So I was like, let's just get the Uber back to the house. And I honestly had not gotten much sleep, so I was fading quickly.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we needed to get back to the house.
No, it ran really late. So about 2:15 or so, I told Alejandra, I said, look, I'm going to get out of this because I was still in my concert clothes and they were getting tight and shoes were uncomfortable. So I said, I'm going to go change. And I changed into something more comfortable. I said, I'll be right back. I never came back. I did change.
That's the move.
And then I laid down for a second. I was out. So I don't even know what time the party ended.
yeah, like 3,
People,
3:30,
but anyway.
Yeah, we did
the girls
good.
got back to the house around 3:30.
Yeah. Yeah. But the party didn't stop there.
No, it did not.
It kept going. So Sunday, now we're trying to decompress. Everybody was able to sleep
all
in.
hung the fuck over.
Yeah. I actually wasn't. I didn't drink too much, but
I so was.
I could
was
I could
like,
see it on everyone's faces. Everyone's kind of in a daze.
yeah.
I needed hair of the dog.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I took some brunch over, some fruit and pastries, and then, we went over there and everybody just kind of started having the munchies. People started leaving, and then we started taking people to the airport, but there were so many people that hung on that either didn't leave till later that night or the next day. And so the party just kind of continued. One of the sugar daddies who came in really late has a beautiful house on the hill in Phoenix, like a 360 view. Kat, you went there, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, I did. I
Tell
was
us
not missing
about
that. It was incredible. And like, I guess what made the experience even better is he was the kindest human. He was such a sweet man, and he just welcomed us into his home, took us for the whole day. We swam. We got beautiful photos on the balcony. It was incredible.
So
guys got a
we've
lot of good
decided
photos.
to refer to him as Magic Mike.
That's right.
Magic Mike.
Yeah.
Camille, did you meet him?
I did meet him the first night I went down to help escort him up to the suite.
Oh,
up at
that's
Bad
right.
Brad's suite.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he was very nice, as was
Oh,
Another guy, his friend.
Let's
his
call
friend.
him Versace.
Versace, yes.
Oh, that's a good name
That's a
because he
good
had
one.
some
He is Versace.
very designer
Magic
clothes
Mike
on.
and Versace. They were
Yes.
quite the dynamic duo.
Yes.
Loved them both.
They partied too hard though, and they didn't make it Saturday night.
I know. Yeah, they definitely missed out, but they made up
They
for it
made
on
up
Sunday.
for it Sunday. Yeah,
Right.
we had drinks. I think a whole heap of girls like came and went all day, basically just checking out his house. And some of the girls even had naps, just hanging out,
Yeah.
recovering.
Saw
Ate some
that.
food. Yeah, it was a really nice way to recover.
So that was Sunday, but the party didn't fucking stop.
No.
Monday, here I am trying to get back to work, trying to get back to a normal life. I've got things going on, and they're all like, hey, we're going to do brunch around noon. Are you with us? I'm like, of course I am. And then Bad Brad joined us and a couple other people, and we ended up doing what? 10 or
12
11
people.
people for brunch?
Ooh, and we went to the Hash Kitchen.
so
And
good.
it's so bougie and fun
And
So
and
yummy.
delicious.
And the Bloody Marys that those girls got were unlike anything I've ever
It
seen.
was like a meal in itself.
Yeah. It was
Blue
a
Eyed
really
Princess
cool
got
experience.
a drink in a side of a roller skate cup called Unicorn Tears.
Yeah.
And it
was
came
so
with a
cute.
whole bottle of champagne.
Yeah.
And it was actually really tasty.
Yeah. So we did that, escorted a few more people to the airport, but the party kept going.
We're just not letting go.
We just couldn't stop the party. So then we went and had sushi
Yeah.
Monday
I
night.
got spoiled.
That was fantastic.
I got to see where it all started.
So I came to a realization. I took them to Kabuki in Tempe Marketplace, which is right next to ASU. I completely forgot, but that is where the whole entire podcast was born. I'd done a lot of meet and greets there, and I've done sushi dinners that I shouldn't have there because I talk about this a lot. I meet somebody, sometimes I instantly know this is not going to work. But then here I am stuck with the whole dinner, and I've got a big bill and stuff. So I advocate just doing drinks or, you know, some kind of a casual meet
That's
and
when
greet.
you fake the food poisoning.
Yeah.
Oh my
So-
God, the sushi just gave me raging diarrhea.
Yeah.
I'm going to need to go.
Oh, God. But anyway,
It was that quick.
Immediately.
as we were sitting there, I started recollecting all the times I'd been there with different people. And I looked over at a table and I go, oh my God. I was sitting and I pointed to a table over there with my ex sugar baby, Madison. And I was like, that's where the idea was born. I thought, I think I have an idea for a podcast. And that's where the whole thing. So you got to experience
I did.
the location where
I
this
did.
whole thing, just an idea.
Yeah.
And then you
And
got to
the food
experience
was
this whole-
incredible to go with that. So, yeah.
I think they should have a sign above the booth with our
This is where
logo.
Marcus sat.
right?
Established here.
Marcus's ass cheeks were here.
Yeah, right. All right. So as we wrap up, Camille, what are your final thoughts of the whole weekend?
I am so excited that my friend decided to convince me to come.
Because your friend came.
Yes. And I'm the one that actually introduced her to the podcast. It's the first one she's ever listened to.
Yeah.
She introduced me to the idea of the lifestyle. I needed more information because I am a information collector.
Yeah.
So as I became a study of being a sugar baby, I told her about it. She heard about the party. She got accepted and was like, apply.
Yeah.
May as well try. Let's both go together. And it was one of the best decisions I've made in a long time.
Very good. Well, we're so glad you came, and hopefully this will launch a very successful lifestyle that you're looking for, or maybe you decide it's not for you, but at least you have a lot of information now, and you've talked to other girls and seen that these are real people just like yourself.
Oh, yeah. The connections we've made, the resources we have between each other now is invaluable.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've also met a couple guys here this weekend. So
There you go.
more news to come.
So when I said this is a weekend you will never forget, I wasn't exaggerating.
You were not. You were not exaggerating. You're exactly right.
All right, Kat. So lovely to have you here. What are your thoughts wrapping up the weekend?
I'm advocating for a sugar party down under.
Yeah. How
You guys
fun
are
would
going to
that
come
be?
down. The Gold Coast, I think, would be perfect for you guys.
Really?
Yeah.
That would be quite an elaborate.
Yeah, we're going to have to
setup.
get some sponsors.
What's airfare from here to the Gold Coast?
A lot.
That's none of my business.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. I'm so grateful for this experience for both of you guys. And yeah, now I've made friends and hopefully I can make it back next year sometime and hop around and visit everyone. And yeah.
Lily,
My energy is empty, but my heart is full.
you made a lot of new friends
I
this
did.
weekend.
And there were some touching moments because people wrote us cards and brought us gifts. And I was just completely taken aback at how generous some of these ladies were with just making sure we knew that we were appreciated and they realized how much we put into it.
Yeah, everybody was so grateful. And we got some gifts and cards, and we don't expect that. You don't have to do that, but always appreciated. And, and, you know,
so thoughtful.
very, very thoughtful. And you don't realize that here we are just sitting here having a conversation, but it affects so many people. And you don't realize that until you just keep hearing it over and over and over from them on, you guys have changed my life. And we're like, what? We're just talking about some crazy sugar dating shit that's happened to us.
I just want to go for the better or for the worse.
Well, I could not have done it without Lily. I know I'll forget some people, but Lily was absolutely amazing. She is so organized, and I'm really busy, so she took some huge amount of things off my plate. And then, of course, Blue-Eyed Princess, superstar.
Queen.
Oh, my God. She provided bracelets, and she provided posters for Sugarpalooza and lanyards.
She
And
got us little
Yes.
goodie
and
bags.
unbelievable. Amanda from the Dichotomy Diaries, thank you so much. Trucker. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, Trucker is too much.
Trucker is
He
all
grabbed.
that and a bag of chips.
I had budgeted for the party bus, and he grabbed the bill before I could even pay for it.
He is an absolute angel.
Yeah, Trucker's too much, but we love him. Absolutely love him. I know we're leaving some people out. Desiree helped run some liquor from Bad Brad's Suite back to my house because nobody was available to do it. So she really stepped up. A lot of people were very interested in meeting her, so we appreciate her being there. Gosh, I know I'm leaving people out.
Bartender, our amazing bartender.
Yes.
Yeah,
For
our
what?
boss-
I don't know
yeah.
what her podcast name is. but
Busty
Well,
Bar
she
Babe.
on
Busty Bar Babe. I
Busty
love
Bar Babe,
it.
yeah.
She goes by Carolina something in
Reddit?
group. Oh my God, she wrote the most amazing piece about us in our Reddit group. We've already got new subscribers to our Patreon, new listeners to our show. Thank you. I can't remember.
Thank you, Busty Bar Babe.
Yeah, there you go. And then our Tampa Pirate. She met a couple sugar
Magic
daddies.
She met
Mike,
Magic Mike
yeah.
and brought him in.
And
Yeah.
they ended up sponsoring the show
Yeah.
or sponsoring the party.
Yeah.
So we had so many people participate. I couldn't have done it without
Unending
any of them.
generosity from so many people.
Yeah, so hopefully all you gals and guys enjoyed it. We're going to do it again.
Yes.
Lily's like, I'm too exhausted to hear this right now.
She's holding on to her
I'm
seat.
bracing myself.
You need a holiday before that.
Look
Definitely.
for information on our Patreon and our website. But really, really, guys, we want you to join our family in the Patreon. This is where we're all congregate. All the people that didn't get to come to the party, they're all wondering how it went. They want to see photos. They want to see videos. And hopefully they'll be able to come to our next one. But Patreon members do get priority when we go through the applications. And it's free.
It's free.
Yeah, you
It's a
gotta
good
join it.
time
And-
in there.
Most of us
love
can
the support.
afford free.
Yeah, most of us can. Pretty good deal. All right. Anything else before we wrap up? I think we're good. We got a lot of sound bites from this thing.
Heck yes.
A lot of pictures and videos to post.
Oh,
Lily?
Goodness.
Get
yes.
after it.
Yes. And my kids are coming in tomorrow through Saturday to do like school shopping and last minute stuff. So I'm like, I got to get home and edit a podcast for next week.
Yeah.
Today.
Well, Camille, thank you so much for joining us. It was very nice meeting you.
Yes.
And
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Again, this will be something you'll never forget. And friends.
Yes.
that you've made that you're going to enjoy for the rest of your life.
So many. And I'm like, anyone going to Australia? I'm going to Australia. If you're going here, I'm going with you. Let me know
Tag
wherever you're going. I am
Same.
coming.
I love Australia, but I've never been to Melbourne.
You gotta come.
And then, Kat, you're actually staying at my house.
I am.
Which was a real pleasure.
It's been
I
a
couldn't
pleasure.
ask for a better guest. And you've made some great, great friends this week. Yeah. So very, very thankful you came. You brought the energy just as much as Victoria or anybody else. I had actually people specifically asking, where is the girl from Australia? I want to meet her. Yeah.
Well, I hope I lived up to the expectations.
Even exceeded expectations. All right. Well, if you guys want to share in your crazy sugar dating stories like these girls have and everything else, just go to our website, secretsofasugardaddy.com. You can reach us there. You can reach us on Patreon and even Instagram. I have people messaging me on Instagram. I was answering messages this morning. So
Follow
any
us
of those
on
three.
YouTube.
Oh, I'm like, oh my God.
We need YouTube
I
subscribers.
am so close to 500. I know that doesn't sound like a lot because people have millions, but we just started our YouTube channel and we're trying to monetize this thing, which will help us win our future parties. And I'm like 19 subscribers away from being in the monetization area. So we're almost there. But and then if we get to 1,000, it's even better. And then as we grow it, So we post all our podcasts there, so you can listen to them there also. Yeah. Follow us on Instagram, but most importantly, join us on our Patreon group.
Woohoo.
All right. I'll have a link to it at the bottom of this show and on our website. So it's very easy to find. All right. Lily,
Party on, dudes.
party on. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us. If you'd like to connect or even be on the show, we'd love to hear from you at secretsofasugardaddy.com.